What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at some Hasbro Marvel Legends, some exclusive Doctor Strange action figures. So first off, we have the Walmart exclusive classic version of Doctor Strange, so like that classic comic book look with a bunch of cool accessories. And then we also have from the MCU of the Multiverse of Madness, the Defender Strange. So this looks pretty cool with his outfit. You know, it's supposed to be based off like the comics Defenders and everything, but it looks pretty cool and comes with one of the portals, which is awesome. And this is a Target exclusive, so getting these two like store exclusive Doctor Strange figures here together just in time for the movie to come out this week. So I hope the movie's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see it at some point in time. So I thought it'd be cool to do these figures right as the movie's coming out to prepare for that. So I'm excited to check both these figures out. I think they're going to be awesome. So let me get them open. We'll take a look at them together. Well, let's start off with the Walmart exclusive classic Doctor Strange. So he overall looks pretty cool, and of course we've covered Doctor Strange multiple times before, so I don't really have to go into like a whole lot of detail about him. You know, he's a master of the mystical arts, he's been Sorcerer Supreme, has all sorts of magical powers, and pretty similar to what we've seen throughout the MCU movies and everything. So like I said, I don't have to go into a whole lot of detail, but this is a nice classic comic look of Doctor Strange. This is how I always picture Doctor Strange, so always looks pretty nice there. So with his face, we see he's got the older style man face with the black hair, but with the white streaks and the little mustache and stuff. I always thought Doctor Strange looked like a combination of Tony Stark and Mr. Fantastic like put together, and we get Doctor Strange, so that's kind of what he looks like there, exactly with that older man face. But then he's got the blue tunic on there for his main body, so has the longer sleeves come down and then it hanging down in the front with the design there with the lighter blue color on his chest. Again, as I looked up trying to figure out what this logo was, but I guess it's just supposed to be a figure of him, you know, supposed to look like his cape with the sleeves and like the collar piece and stuff hanging down. So that's really all that's just supposed to be. And speaking of that, we have his cape on. So he's got his cloak of levitation on, so a nice like gold jewel here in the front holding on like a clasp with some of the yellow or gold, I guess, coming around there going into the red main cape part, but with the yellow outlines around with the cool details and stuff. So an awesome looking cape piece with the high collar, especially the two like pieces coming off of the top there. But then he's got like the yellow belt wrapped around his waist hanging down there, the yellow gloves on with like some black spots on it, which is weird. I've never really noticed that before. And then he's just got black pants, so it look like some skin tight black pants going all the way down into the feet. So it looks just pretty cool overall. I like the colors of the red, yellow, and blue just stand out a lot, and he just looks really cool. So this is an awesome look for the comic version of Doctor Strange. Now for the figure's movements, I assume we'll have some limitations, especially with the cape being in the way, but the head can twist a little side to side there. Yeah, you can't get it to go all the way around just because of the color piece. But again, look down, I think the head's a little stiff, but maybe if you get it to force, you can look at least that far down, at least, and up a little bit again because of the color. But I feel there's better movements, but I know I had issues with like the joints when taking it out of the box, so the neck joint just may be really stiff, unfortunately. But then we get the shoulder. We'll do the left side over here because it can come up more because of the cape, but it can come up to 90 degrees, rotate around within there. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation, which is cool. And then we get the wrist that can twist around and flex back and forth. And I like his hands doing like that sort of thing for the magic spells. Of course, looks like it's doing like the Wolfpack hand sign, so Wolfpack for life, so pretty cool there. And then we get the ab crunch in the middle, so he can crunch forward, crunch back. Again, cape's in the way quite a bit there, but he can crunch back and forth, twist all the way around at the waist. Hips can come up a little bit, unfortunately because of the tunic coming down too far, it gets in the way. But this side I believe can come up a little more because yeah, there's a split on this side, so closer up to 90 and out to the side that far. Thigh twist around, we'll go back to the side, thigh twist all the way around, a double knee joint that bends up that far to the back, so not too bad for the bend in there. And then of course the shin twist at the leg, and then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So the legs look pretty like classic and stuff, you know, look like they've been on a bunch of figures before, look very familiar, almost like Spider-Man's and stuff. But the rest of the body does look pretty unique to this figure itself, at least from my knowledge. You know, it doesn't look like a bunch of reused pieces and stuff, but overall it looks pretty good. I just love the look, the function, don't really have any issues. I'm surprised he stands up as easily as he does, but with those legs, those are the ones that tend to get messed up in our storage container and stuff, so unfortunately he probably won't stand up for much longer. But I just can't say enough how much I love the look of this Doctor Strange. And speaking of Doctor Strange, we do also have a different comic version, so an older version of the figure. So this is the only one other like comic version we sort of have of him in this version, which of course he looks more like the Defender Strange with the collars and stuff, so that's probably what it is. But they reused a lot of stuff. You can see the cape is pretty similar, especially with like the design there into the front and all that, and just the overall cape design looks pretty much exactly the same. They just changed the colors and everything with the gold and like metallic red compared to the flat red and yellow there. But the rest of the body does look pretty different, but you can see, you know, similarities of Doctor Strange. So more modern Doctor Strange compared to the classic look of the comics there, but I definitely like this new comic one much better. Now he comes with a number of accessories as well. So first off, we have a head with the eye sword closed and a little bit longer hair, or at least his hair is more disheveled. So he's got like long hair down to the side where the gray is, and then of course the like sort of bang pieces there on the top. But then his eyes are closed and his mustache looks a little bit thinner and stuff there as well. So if you want to have more like deep concentrated magic spells, you can switch that head out. And then we also have the blue masked head, which from looking it up, it looks like he wore this in a couple comics when the villain Asmodeus steals his identity. So he has to wear a mask because he can only come back into like the real world as not Doctor Strange. So he puts on a mask so he can come back in, and then he defeats Asmodeus, but he decides to keep the mask to help hide his identity. So we have just this all blue mask with nice like gold eyes in there, which look pretty cool as well. And as well with this Doctor Strange, with that blue mask, we did buy another one as well, so we could always have the blue mask version. It looks pretty cool there to have both those versions, but of course for me, Doctor Strange always looks better without the mask in this face. And for other accessories, we get additional hands. So we have just fist hands if you don't want to have like the magic ones. So we have a fist and a grip hand, which could come in use with some of the weapons we get with him. So first off, we have the Wand of Watun, which is a foot-long crystalline baton with demon heads at the top and bottom, and is created by the character Watun. And this can absorb and store magical energy that can be used to create magical blasts, shields, and open interdimensional apertures. So just like an additional thing for magic. And I believe we see Wong use this in the first Doctor Strange movie, like he just has this when fighting Caecilius and stuff. So pretty cool little wand there as well that we can put into his hand. And then we also get the Axe of Angarumus, which is an ancient powerful axe found by Doctor Strange in a witch's crypt on the center of the moon. So just this nice big axe there as well, which I don't feel fits well for Doctor Strange. I just don't like him really having weapons. Like I know he uses them and stuff, but just feels a little bit strange to me. I just feel his magic could do all of his work and everything. But pretty cool that it's come with those accessories. You know, they're known throughout the comics and stuff, so it kind of fits right along with it. But then also finally we of course have some magic effects, some of the classic magic effects for him. So let's go ahead and just pop these on his hands and sort of like try and pose them up a little. So there we have Doctor Strange with the magic on his hands as well, with the hands with the magic pose and stuff. So that looks pretty cool just overall there for Doctor Strange. This is such an awesome figure, and I can't recommend it enough if you like Doctor Strange. And then we've got the Target exclusive Defender Strange, of course from the MCU and labeled from the Multiverse of Madness as we see him in the trailers. And this looks pretty cool overall. So of course has the face, since it is MCU, of Benedict Cumberbatch, which looks pretty decent overall, you know, pretty decent face. So some of the Doctor Stranges are better than the others, but I don't think this one is too bad. But as we see in the trailer and then stuff, he has the longer hair in this form. So he's got the long brown hair going into the ponytail with the white streaks as well going into it. So pretty cool that they included that, and then has the little mustache and goatee, which is pretty fun. And then he's got the Defender outfit on, which is usually just the black and red. That's usually how it's described when he's a part of the Defenders. From the comics, the Defenders are a group of individual outsiders that team up often to battle mystical and supernatural threats, and originally led by Doctor Strange and included Hulk, Namor, and Silver Surfer were the original Defenders, but of course over the years have had a lot of different members. So this is how Doctor Strange sort of looked as a part of the Defenders, but I think it looks really cool here, and I can't wait to see how like this turns out and works in throughout the movie, just to see if it, I assume, an extra dimensional version of Doctor Strange. But it looks really cool overall. I love the black and red outfit. Reminds me of like the Eternals outfits and stuff for some reason, but it has a lot of like textures and details and everything into it. Again, has like his logo there of the Doctor Strange, so again like the collar piece, the arms raised up when it has the long sleeves and cape mixed into it and then hanging down there low. But then like I said, it has the textures you can see in the midsection, the red just running all through it, even around there to the back. So I like how it looks like he's got like armor pieces and stuff on there, and then as well as like on his forearms and everything. So it just looks pretty cool. He's got brown gloves with some red on as well. Still has the same sort of belt around his waist, similar to the other versions of Doctor Strange, with like the little circle piece in the clasp, and probably has a sling ring design in there as well. And then like the skirt piece coming down covering the legs, going into the boots that are black and red as well. So this figure just looks super cool, especially with just the black and red colors, which is awesome. Just looks really cool. I just love this figure. But for movements, we get the head that can twist all the way around, so it moves a lot easier, especially without the cape piece, but you got to worry about the ponytail there. But you can look down that far and up that far, so not too bad overall. The shoulders can come up about 90 there. Of course, with the arm, you don't really get too much higher, as they can rotate around within there as well. Of course, with that, you can't get all the way around. We do get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that can bend up almost all the way up on itself, not too far, so not bad at all. And then the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. And then we get an ab crunch in the middle, so crunch forward, crunch back mostly, so pretty good crunching there. Twist all the way around, and then we get a twist at the waist as well that can twist around. The hips can come up under 90, mostly because of the skirting. There is the split, so it allows some movements, but it's hard to get it up any higher than that, unfortunately, and then out to the side a little bit as well. But there's a thigh twist, but as you see, it's a lower down thigh twist, which is pretty weird, so just a little bit above the knee, so twist all the way around there. And then we get the double knee joint that can bend up in the back, of course, skirting's in the way, and very close to kicking his own butt. And then we get a shin twist right at the top of the boot that twists around, and the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So overall, pretty good figure, not too many limitations, just mostly in the legs because of the skirting, so not a bad figure at all around. Now for accessories, first off, we get an additional set of hands. So we have hands here with a fist and a grip hand, which I don't really know why we have a grip hand because he doesn't have anything to grip, so kind of pointless there for that. But he does also, of course, automatically have like the magic spell hands there, so that's pretty cool that he does at least come with those hands. And of course, the coolest thing about this figure, besides the figure itself, is that he comes with a portal. So he has the open port, of course, the MCU portals. So we have one that's open, so if we use like the sling ring and stuff to open up the portal, and it's just this awesome design. So you can use this, set it up with your MCU display and stuff is really cool. So I just want a whole bunch of these to be able to, recreate like in-game or something with all the characters coming through the portals, but very cool that that is included there as well. So just a very cool figure. And of course, I do want to show some other comparisons. So here is the Doctor Strange from the wave as well that we did a while ago from the Multiverse of Madness wave. So here he is, just wanted to show mostly for like the face comparisons and stuff, just to see. I think I like the Defender one much better. The other one's not too far off. There's something like odd and strange about it. This is what he's going to look like probably through most of the movie with this blue outfit, but the Defender version is pretty cool as well. And then once again from the comics, here is the Defender Strange. Now this is like the actual sort of like Defender Strange, so what he looks like in the Defenders. So I just want to show that comparison that we have the comic version and now the MCU versions of Defender Strange. Of course, we need a more modern version than this one as well, but pretty cool for this figure just overall, just really an awesome figure. So there I can put both figures together and kind of create a scene that could possibly happen in the movie. You never know with this, where we have our Defender Strange opening a portal with a comic version of Doctor Strange on the other side. And the two, of course, not knowing about each other, starting to possibly fight. So that's cool that you can set up scenes like this where they're possibly going to fight with each other. As like I said, you may actually see something very similar to this in the movie, which would be pretty cool. But let me know what you thought about both of these figures down in the comments. And if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.